Come play with us, Lorri. Come play with us.
Hey y'all, I'm Lorri.
I'm Anna. I'm Jessica.
And this is ArkansasYarnCast, and we are coming to you today from Malvern, Arkansas, the home of Arkansas Yarn Company. And no, this is, by the time y'all see this, tomorrow is gonna be Halloween. And so, have you met the Shining Sisters? I know that they're going to contribute to the podcast because I don't know if I can have that many words. The girls are crazy. And as you can see, I didn't get the memo. I didn't know that we were dressing up today. So I wore normal clothes today.
That's okay. You can be the queen. We've got your crown right here.
Come play with us, Lorri.
Okay, I guess I could do this. So this is the birthday crown that my friends gave me.
And the ones that
birthday.
we were promised to be viewing in video.
I don't know.
What did you know?
Well, I'm just trying to get it right, There. Is that better?
There you go.
It's clashing with my highlight.
It's clashing with the chalkboard, I think.
I think so too. I think I'm going to take it off because it's going to be an hour of wearing that. It's going to be painful.
I feel like we should have gotten you some bat ears or something.
Kitty cat ears.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. I
could
didn't
have.
know. Didn't get the memo.
I'm sorry.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's no big deal. I'll be the normal one.
Somebody has to be.
Aren't
somebody
you
has to be.
usually?
Well, I think that's a loose term. Normal. I think Jessica says abnormal is the new normal.
I did say that a lot in high school.
Yeah, she did.
It's all relative.
And it's not because I'm like, can you just be normal? I didn't say that. Anyway, do y'all have anything on the needles? What you have on the needles?
I only have one thing on the needles. Well, no, I have two things on the needles, but I only brought one thing because apparently I just can only plan for one thing. So I can't plan on bringing acquisitions
Okay.
and remember.
Well, I think you only made progress on this one item.
That's true. That is all.
I really like your lip color.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are y'all wearing the same one?
We are.
They answer in unison. It's creepy. That color's pretty. What is it?
It's called Blissed Out.
But it
Blissed
looks
out.
different on us both, doesn't it?
It does. It looks a little more reddish on Jessa. I like it. Yeah. Everybody's wearing Jane Iredale.
Yeah.
Yes.
What you're working on? Are you working on your Stephen West?
Yes. So the shawlography, right?
Yes, the
Shawlography.
shawlography. So I am working on my shawlography, but I think we're going to do the same thing we did last podcast.
I think so, too.
Where we wait to the end
Yeah.
to do a spoiler alert.
People like that.
So I guess we can't.
I mean, it's good to be able to say,
there's not a lot to
so we
say.
don't have spoilers.
So what do you have?
So I did do a couple more colorways or a couple more stripes on Scott socks in church yesterday. So I'm working on that, and this is where I am on my heels, and he likes a little bit longer legs. So when you have size 12, this is taking forever, but also I don't work on it that much. But you know what I did work on? Last time we were all together, I was playing with my mohair just a little bit ago, and I feel like I have it in my lashes. But last time we were here, I had to I had just ripped out my entire back of my winter coat sweater, and I am already back to where I ripped out. And look how this is what's in this bag.
I mean, you kind of have to have a bag that big for a sweater that large.
Let's see. Oh, so it goes this way. So look what I have here.
Well, goodness. You almost have to stand up for that.
Yeah, look at this.
For a second there, I was thinking this was a sleeve. I was like, I think you made your sleeve too long.
No, this is my, it's good.
Your winter coat.
My winter coat. Look at the color. So what I need to do is I need to pick up, so the pattern is now asking me to pick up 18 stitches on the front, 18 on the back. I am going to pick up 20 because I want it to be loose and I want more of a bubble sleeve. So I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to mark where it's going at the end of my join, so where my beginning of round is going to be with a pin. And then I'm going to side seam. And this, I want y'all to know I'm 5'3", and this literally goes to my ankles, all the way down to my ankles.
Yeah, it's quite a long sweater.
It's very long. Look at that. It's unbelievably long.
So the top shoulder part has garter?
It does. Let's see. I feel like I'm.
Yeah, so it's there.
So the top shoulder part has garter, the bottom is stockinette, and the back is solid stockinette, and then I'll have the sleeves. And then I have to pick up all the way around the neck and get that
Collar.
and put a collar on.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of not sure if I want to do that because I kind of like where it's sitting right now, but I don't know, I'll see. But I only have my sleeves left to go. That's the moral of the story, is I only have my sleeves left to go. I mean,
Yeah, you
I
can
love
crank it on
this.
that.
You could.
And
just
I want
use
y'all
this
to
as a
know-
scarf.
this is I know, look how good it looks on screen. This is the snuggliest, comfy yarn. I am in love with it, and I love how it looks on my skin. I
It
love
does look really good on you.
I look like a diva in this, which I
Well.
am a diva, but I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
I think I would like to have another one in gray. This has been a lot of fun, and I want y'all to know that I literally did this in about an hour last night.
On
Good.
35.
You know, my husband's like, hey, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm like, and I hadn't started this side yet. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed, and I said, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And then an hour later, I'm like, just one more row. And an hour later, I was completely done and had bound off. So I have quite a long leftover tail at the end because I'm gonna use this to side seam up. So yeah, the only downfall to this is I look like I was loved on by a pink cat.
Yeah, because it's that.
It's
mohair.
quite linty. It is linty, but I mean, look at this.
Is there a way to combat that?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So
Oh yeah, you got a whole big old hair clump right here.
yeah, that's how it is.
So
But
your
I
next
love
one
it.
maybe should be black.
Yeah, black one. But
The dark gray.
But then I guess the black could.
this makes me happy. Look at this,
Yeah.
snuggly. So that's what I have
Well, I've got a couple of things.
because I'm still on Sleeve Island. What you got?
So I've got a couple of things that are not the Stephen West shawl. I had signed up for a test knit.
Big shocker.
Yeah.
Another.
I signed up for a test knit while you were on vacation.
Oh, I know, because I had to come home and dye the yarn for you.
Yes.
How many test knits do you have going currently?
Just the one.
Ooh,
Well, that's
I only ever have one at a time.
really.
I'll be picking.
I think I
no,
may have had once where I had two. But yeah, I have a test knit going, and it is a cowl. It is called the Kraken cowl.
It's cute.
But on Instagram, the designer is Yarn Obsessed Mary. And this is her second pattern. It is color work. It is supposed to be a true color cowl, and I will show you why I said supposed to be in a moment. But Lucas and I have recently become Kraken hockey fans.
Oh, by the way, who won between?
So the Kraken lost to the Canucks the other night.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did.
I didn't know that.
Did you not?
No.
Your face says you did.
They'll be playing the Canadians tomorrow. I am surprised that Canada has a hockey team called the Canadians. Wouldn't that piss off all the other hockey teams?
Well, is that the Quebec one?
Their name is the Canadians, that's all that I know. I don't know where they're from.
But isn't that the one that's like, I don't know.
Oh, I do think I remember hearing that they were playing in Montreal. But wouldn't like all the other Canadian hockey teams be upset that there's a team called the Canadians?
I mean, I don't know.
Because aren't they all Canadians?
Let's take a poll on their emotional status on that.
So Seattle has a new hockey team. It is a brand new team. This is their first season playing, and they are the Seattle Kraken, which they are the first hockey team to not have a plural name.
Release the Kraken.
So I asked my mom to dye me yarn in Seattle Kraken colors for my Kraken cowl.
Which she did an insanely good job.
Oh, she did an insanely good job.
They're buttering me up because I didn't get the memo.
I was about to say, notice that suck up move.
Yeah.
So this
Okay,
is
I'll
my
keep
cowl.
score.
This is my cowl. I am
So
currently
good.
I am currently using by the time it's finished, my cowl will have 4 colors. It's a little hard to see on the screen, but the chip that's up here is in cast iron skillet, so it's a dark gray, and then the Kraken itself is a dark navy blue, and then I have the red Mustang Sally for the eyes and for the border color work. So it's coming along quite nicely. I just finished row 35 of 57 of the color work chart. So I'm not terribly far off from being finished, which is good because it has to be finished by Wednesday. Which should be no problem.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited about it. I think it looks fantastic. It's got 3 Kraken on it. And I am knitting the expanded size cowl. So there's 3. What's really cool about this is that it comes in 3 different sizes. It comes in a standard size, which is the smallest. And it's just a real tight cowl, deep cowl. And then the expanded size, which is what I'm doing. And so both of those have 3 Kraken and ships on them. And then there's the Super Kraken, which has 4 Kraken and 4 ships, so 4 repeats of the pattern. And then for the top and bottom borders, she is including 4 options of pattern design for the borders.
Which is really nice because Jessica and I looked at the bottom of it, or we looked at that and we picked what border we thought would look feminine
Well, and would allow me to insert the red.
and allowed, yes, because I just felt like it needed to have more of the red than just the eyes.
Than just the eyes. I agree with that, and I'm really happy with what I went with.
And I think it kind of looks a little floral down at the bottom, which I thought looked a tad bit more feminine.
It does.
Just think it looks, and it needed to have more of the red in here than just what's on the
And
eye
just the
section.
eyes. Now the eyes, I ended up duplicate stitching. They are a duplicate stitch. And then my only acquisition for the last couple of weeks is I bought this little, show y'all real quick,
Oh, so cute.
That
this
is
little
cute.
octopus.
Is that a Kraken?
I am calling it a Kraken because he looks mad. So I will take a good picture of this for us to post, for Lucas to post on the video. But I think it looks good. So that's
Cute.
that's that project.
Where did it come from?
You know, you asked me that and I can't remember. I
don't
got
know
it.
why you wouldn't.
I got it on Etsy. I did end up getting it on Etsy, and what I'll
It's
do,
been a long day.
what I will do is when I get home, I will figure that out, and I will have Lucas
Yeah, that would be
say
a nice
what
thing.
shop it came from on Etsy.
Yeah.
And I will put it in the description below. And then, as y'all know, I am a knitter. So my next project is a little crochet shawl.
That is very little.
Y'all, look how much progress she's made on it.
So I am using a 3mm hook on this. It is fingering weight yarn. This is yarn that we all got from Into the Wool last year. This is I want to say it's 100% BFL wool
And I
in
think it was-
150 grams.
I was gonna say, I thought it was 150 grams.
It is, and
looks
so
like it.
because it's fingering weight yarn, and we got a crochet pattern, I will have Lucas post a picture of what the pattern looks like, or what the finished shawl looks like up here, but I don't have my iPad with me, so I don't remember what the name of the shawl is, so I'll have him attach that to it. But look, I have about 7 rows finished of this little itty bitty crocheted shawl. So I am teaching myself how to crochet and read a crochet pattern. And so I'm really proud of myself for this little bit that I have, because I have actually ripped it back once already.
Well, then you're making progress.
Are you
Yes.
further along now than when you ripped it back?
I got all the way to the point I'm at now, was not happy with the way that it looked, and so I ripped it back. And started over.
So
But
what's the pattern called?
I just said that I don't remember what the pattern is.
Okay, in my defense, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, but we're supposed to have that like twin telepathy thing going on.
I think I was just thinking about red rum. Oh, I wasn't.
Maybe I'm thinking that.
No, you're just thinking about rum.
Perhaps. I did just get off the beach.
But I also ordered in the new Addy swing crochet hooks, and this is the 3mm, what they call a C hook. But I like the way that it's shaped. I like the curvature that the hook has.
It's kind of interesting. I also was wondering about it, but I feel like my hand is slightly small for where it hits. That's my personal. I don't know. I
can
hold
see
like
that.
this. We hold like this, but some
mean-
people hold like this.
Yeah, I don't hold it like a pencil, but I tend to hold it closer to my fingers rather than back in my hand.
Yeah.
So it tends to, it's like resting on the bottom of my finger
Mhm.
here. And I like the way that feels. It's working well for me so far. And I think I'm gonna keep trying the Addy swings, because they tend to fit my hand. It seems to fit my hand a little bit nicer
Mhm.
than the regular ergonomic hooks that we have.
Mhm.
So,
Well, good.
but other than my shawlography shawl, that's all that I have.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all that I've made progress on in the last 2 weeks.
Well, you have made a lot of progress on it. So we have. I
I
feel
have.
like we've made a lot of progress, the three of us. It's also been a busy week because we've had a lot going on in the store.
We have.
And a ton of dyeing. I did a lot of dyeing
The whole last month
week.
has been.
It's gone by so fast. The
Mhm.
whole month has gone by very, very quickly. I have some acquisitions.
Do you?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
I decided to order myself some yarn.
I feel like, how unfair is it to me that you did you not have it delivered here, or did you just open it?
Oh, she
without
did.
me?
She opened it before you got here this morning.
You should have came sooner.
Yeah, that
You
is
should have
on
got
me.
here sooner. Yes. I'm surprised that your friend didn't send you a message and say that, I think at the time there were like 4
We
or
had
5
4
boxes.
packages come in this morning.
Yeah. It could have been you opening everything.
I did tell her that we got a package in.
Wasn't that a different day?
No, it was this morning.
Okay, some of your mohair is drifting onto me.
Yeah. That's the thing about the mohair. But it is hot pink, so you can see it. So,
Yeah. To be able to
So-
remove it.
cozy.
I ordered mustache yarn because I love self-striping, and I've never tried her yarn, and I wanted to see what it was like. So I ordered mustache yarn, and I got it in the quinceañera colorway, and I asked her to cake it for me, and so this is what it looks like.
That is so pretty.
It's so pretty. And if you want a better picture, I can probably pull one off of her website so you can see what that looks like. But it's very bright, fun, and vibrant.
Oh, mustache.
Yeah, mustache.
So what we can do is we can.
And she wraps it up really nicely in these little. I have one that's better. She wraps them up in this little brown paper. Yeah, I ordered 2 different colorways because I loved it so much. This one is called Apple Picking. Oops, Apple Picking. And it's a beautiful gray. And then there's these really raspberry, blue, sage, gray, mustard, peach colored stripes. And it's a chunk of gray and then a chunk of that color and then a chunk of gray. I'll get some pictures and we'll put up, it's beautiful. And I thought that it seemed like a lot of fun. So I wanted to see what her yarn was like. And
So, who are you going to make things for?
I think that I'm gonna make some fingerless gloves
Yeah,
out of both sets. I
For
think I'm gonna
yourself?
do, yes.
that's fun.
I really like fingerless gloves, and I was just thinking that maybe I might make a pair of gloves out of each color, which means I probably can get 2 sets
Yeah.
of gloves out of here. But I
You
do
like
like
the
mine quite long
Oh.
because sometimes, I like little vintage coats that have almost a 3/4 length sleeve. And I love to have a glove to come underneath that. I think it looks diva. So I like that. So that's what I did. But I want to tell y'all this story. So I was scrolling through Facebook, and I'm friends with Anna's mother, and she had this
Hi, Mom.
beautiful. Hi, Reba Q. So there was this beautiful picture on Facebook, and the caption said, "Can you find the 4-leaf clover?"
The 4-leaf clover.
That.
It was a picture
The.
of clover.
And it was a picture of clover. And it implied that there was a 4-leaf clover in there. So I zoom it out, and I look across this section, look across this section, look across this section, and because I wanted to be able to screenshot it, circle it, and send it to her in the comments that I found it. And I looked and looked and looked and looked, and finally I said, "Are you gonna post a picture of where it is?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't even know if there is one in there."
You okay over there, Anna?
And then Anna tells me this story this morning that she was talking to her mom, and her mom laughed and laughed about that story.
I'm pretty sure she laughed until she cried. And then she says, "Oh, that was the best thing I've ever done." And I said, "Really? What about raising 3 children?"
Well, it's not the best comment she's made because there wasn't a couple of other comments that, yeah, we're gonna leave it there. But Miss Rebecca,
Yes. Rebecca.
I call her Reba Q.
Because she hates it.
Yeah, it's my passive aggressiveness.
For not having an actual clover.
Yeah,
And
but
you're not the only one who went through that.
yeah, I know. Oh, I know. There were other comments.
She was like, someone else said that they tried to zoom in, and oh, she was laughing so hard.
It was funny. It was very funny.
She cracks me up.
Yes, she cracks me up too. I'm pretty sure you get it from her.
Yeah, we're an amusing bunch.
A what?
An amusing bunch.
Oh, I heard the million bunch.
That sounds like a cat problem.
Yeah.
Meow no.
Speaking of cats, Jessica has some little kittens that a mom cat had babies at her house.
Well, they're older kittens, so I don't know that she actually had them at the house. But we do have a stray about this time last year, I think, or maybe it was last spring, or spring of last year. But there was a couple of stray kittens running around the neighborhood. Well, one of them has kind of stuck around and called the neighborhood home. Well, I guess it was on Thursday or Friday. It had to have been Friday. On Friday, Lucas sends me a picture of, while I'm at a trade show, and he sends me a picture, and the dog, or he sends me a video, and the dogs are like at the gate of the fence, and they're just like looking real intently towards our little planter garden, our little garden planters. And so then he goes outside to get the dogs, and he sends me 2 pictures, like really zoomed in pictures of the cat that's been hanging around the neighborhood and 3 kittens.
Oh, y'all, they're orange kitties, and I think orange kitties are so sweet. And
So-
there's 2 orange kitties and a white one,
Yes.
and the mom is orange.
yes.
They're so cute.
So we've been keeping an eye on them over the weekend, carrying our dogs to the backyard. We
Yeah.
generally let the dogs out the front door and they run to the backyard. And occasionally they run on us, but because we know that the cats are back there, we have been picking the one small dog up, and the big one's just like, I'm going outside and I'm going inside. But we've been carrying the little dog out, and this morning, she had to have seen the mom cat, and then I think she saw the kittens as well. And so when I put her down into the backyard, she tried to run out the gate, and I caught her before she could, to go see the kittens, but the mom had run away, which she generally does when we take the dogs out. She'll hop the fence and run away.
She's watching from a distance.
She is. But the kittens have pretty much been covered up until this point. Granted, it's only been 3 days, but the kittens have generally been covered. On our porch, we've got some seed starter trays that we have on the corner of the porch, and they've been hanging out underneath those for some shelter. And so today, the kittens were out walking around this morning. And then I took the dogs inside, and when I was leaving for work, when I was leaving to come here this morning, I walked over because I had heard the mom cat come back, and I was thinking, well, maybe she moved them this morning. Well, two of the kittens were not there. The 2 orange kittens were not there. The white kitten was, and I couldn't see the other 2 kittens or the mother. So I'm thinking, and then this afternoon, Lucas texts me that he still sees the white kitten, but not the other 2 or the mother. So I'm hoping the mother cat comes back for the white kitten.
No.
I'm hoping, but Lucas and I can't take in the kitten because the dogs will go nuts.
Well, there's an animal hospital next door, and I think maybe y'all should see if they can help you catch them.
Well, the animal control would be the one to help us catch the cat.
Yeah.
But I don't know that the hospital would help us do much.
Well, they're a vet. I would think they would.
Yeah, but they're not animal control.
I know, but they're animal people.
Do you take any of your animals there?
We do take our dogs there.
Oh, good. Good.
So I'm not entirely sure, but if we can we can catch one.
Catch
That
the one.
Yeah. If the mama isn't interested.
Well, I was thinking since Anna has, maybe you should name the kitten Toast. Since Anna has Pop-Tart.
I already had an animal named Toast,
Oh.
and it was dead for a while before anyone told me.
Is she gonna give you?
How long of a while?
I don't know.
That's another story.
Nobody wanted to tell me. We'd all moved apart, and I kept asking about the dog, and everyone was like, "Oh, ask someone else." And I'd ask someone else, and they'd be like, I don't know, ask someone else. And I'd ask someone else, and I'd be going back and forth, and then I was finally in town with my sister, and I was like, "Hey, what about the dog?" And we were walking to her car, and she turns around and she's like, "Toast is dead!" And she just like zoomed. And everyone was so worried that I'd be so upset, because I'm sensitive about animals.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this dog would have been like, I don't know, 17, 18, and
So it was a while.
they don't live that long. So
What kind of dog was it again?
It was a Welsh Terrier.
A Welsh Terrier.
So they do have
a small dog,
yeah.
lives on the longer side.
Yeah, but not till like 18. Or it would probably have been like 15 or something. I don't know. But either way, it was like the dog was eventually going to die of old age.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking it's probably around that time, but nobody wanted to tell me, which I thought was kind of sad but hilarious, because like this whole time I'm trying to find out what happened to this,
Yeah.
what's going on, and everyone was being protective.
So what kind of family? What names do y'all name your pets? I'd like to know.
Snowball
Like,
1,
I have
2, 3.
My cousins had.
Emmett 1, Emmett 2.
I did have a dog named Emmett,
Twice.
and then I had another dog named Emmett, and I called the first Emmett Original. But here's what happened: that dog had a birth defect. It was a black Sharpei. He looked like Molly, and that dog had a birth defect, and he died. And so I contacted the breeder, and she's like, "Well, we've been so upset because Charlie and Scarlett O'Hara Charlie got Scarlett O'Hara pregnant again, and she's so close to her last litter that we've been really upset about it. But now I know why, so we need to replace this puppy for you." So I got another black male, and
She got the brother of the original Emmett from a
Yes.
different litter.
it was a different litter, but the parents were the same. It would have been it was a brother, but his name was Imitation Rolex. Imitate Sean Rolex, because I had to have the breeder's name in the name. So his name is Imitation Rolex. But that dog, not Emmett O, the original Emmett, but the puppy that we had, the replacement puppy, Emmett, that dog, I never had a knitted item that Emmett didn't have his mouth on. He
And took
loved
outside.
yarn. He loved yarn. Molly doesn't care. I can leave. In fact, I left that pink sweater on my sofa last night, and I got up this morning, and she never bothers anything. She's a good dog. But Emmett, he was a naughty dog. But what a good name, Imitate.
Yeah.
But I like a clever name. I really like a clever name. Molly came to us from someone, and they had already named her Molly. And she very much knows her name. So I didn't feel like I could rename her. And she's black, and she was hyper, and she was kind of like a drug. So we just kept it, a Molly. We just kept it. We just kind of kept the name. But she's a good dog. She's
How
not.
old was she when you guys got her?
I think she was about 5 months old when we got
She
her.
was less than a year.
Yeah, she was.
And the guy, he he wanted a dog, but he wasn't home enough.
Yeah, and he.
And y'all babysat,
I did.
and she just kind of attached to y'all.
She
so,
did.
So he kind of just gave her to y'all.
Well, no,
Kind
I paid for her. I paid for her, but yeah, she's such a good dog, and she did attach herself to me. She really, well, she likes your dad too. She's
a sweet girl.
She's a sweet girl. We love her.
Yeah, Lucas and I have 2 dogs. We've got a little, what we think to be a beagle mix.
She's a beagle. She's a beagle Chihuahua mix, I think.
We don't know what she is. She's a rescue.
You adopted her.
We adopted her, but not from a shelter. Somebody that Lucas and I worked with, had found her on the side of the road and picked her up, and then couldn't take care of her anymore, and so we kept her. We took her.
She's a diva dog.
She's crazy. She's a crazy dog.
That's
But
the Chihuahua in her.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's 15 pounds, and her name is Azlyn, Azlyn, which when we got her, Lucas wanted to give her an unusual name, and he wanted it to have a meaning behind it, so we looked up names. And Azlyn, if I remember correctly, means sleeping or dreaming princess.
Oh.
And when we got her, she just laid in bed for pretty much the whole first week that we had her. She laid in bed and she slept all day long. And so that's what we named her. And then she's not lazy or sleepy anymore. She's hyper and all over the place. And
The boss.
yes,
She's the boss
she
around
is
there.
the boss. And then we have Harley. She is a Staffordshire, an American Staffordshire Terrier. And she is, the vet says she's overweight.
She's a chunk.
She's a tank.
Well, we like fat dogs.
We don't like
Molly's
to
not
see
fat.
their,
Molly's
we don't
not
like
fat.
we don't like to see their ribs.
No.
And we don't overfeed them. They just we give them the amount of food that they're supposed to have, but if we leave Aslan's food bowl on the ground when we leave the house, Harley will eat what Aslan has not.
Well, and Harley's kind of sedentary.
She is. Harley is a lazy dog. She likes her naps and she likes her couch. And Lucas has gotten her blankets for our couch. Or a blanket for each, so for the couch and for the love seat. And if her blanket is messed up, she wants you to fix it before she gets up on her couch. And if Lucas removes the blankets from the couch to wash them, she is depressed.
Oh, you guys need
Sad
backup
dog.
blankets.
But she doesn't want to be under the blanket because she gets too hot. But she likes to lay on the blanket because it's warmer than just laying on the couch.
That's funny.
She's crazy.
I have to I have to tuck Maggie in to bed because she'll get moody.
You should tell everyone about your hike.
Oh, so this dog, I have never known a creature or person or anything that loves their nap time as much as my dog Maggie. Oh, I really like
You
mine
love
too.
you love a nap time.
But
A
we
Sunday nap is
decided-
excellent.
It is. Although this past Sunday I stayed busy, I think. I can't remember. So we wanted our dogs to meet my mother-in-law's dog before we spend like indoor time with them. And so we met at a park halfway between her and us, like 3 hours away or something. And my dog is really good at traveling. She's a super traveler, but that was not her nap time traveling. So when we got to the park and we're all meeting and stuff, she was like, yeah, this is cool, this is fun. And then we ate before we went on the hike, and then we went on the hike, and she was all of a sudden like, I don't want any of this. And so she was whining the entire walk. If Darcy, the other dog's name is Darcy. If Darcy got too close, she'd get snappy and just like had a major attitude. And then when we got done with the walk, and it was only like 1.5 miles maybe. And so we get back to the car, she jumps in right away and is like, I'm done. And she turned her back on all of us and took a little nap. And then Ivy, my big girl, she still wanted to be up and going and stuff. So she played with the dog a little bit, and then Maggie rested up. And after a while decided, okay, I'll get out of the car and socialize now. But she
That's
was
funny.
a major butt. Like, no, I don't want any of this. But also, she's not much of a hiker. When we first got her, and like she was healthy enough to go on walks and be outside and stuff, then we would be walking, and she was just a little thing still, but we'd be walking, and Jesse and I would get to talking, and then we'd look behind us to check on her, and she would be laying down getting dragged. Like,
Wow.
she was just like, I'm done, and she'd be flopped over. She didn't seem to care one little bit that she'd be getting dragged,
Wow.
and so we'd have to stand her back up or pick her up and hold her.
Wow.
Well, she's also a bit of a tank.
I think she's lost a little weight,
Well, that's good.
but
Napping burns calories.
yeah. she's the limit. She
funny.
like, she has to have her nap. She has to get tucked in.
That's funny. Tell us about your pet.
Yeah.
We want to know. Tell us your funniest pet story.
Also, is anyone going to be doing a, like, if you're doing the shawlography, are you going to do a puppy one?
So,
I
did you see Brioche in his brioche sweater?
Yes.
That was adorable.
So cute.
I
Of
want
course,
him to
I'm a
make
sucker
that.
for a wrinkled faced puppy.
I want Stephen West to make that.
Come here. We want him to come here.
Well,
First and
yes.
foremost.
Yes.
But I want Stephen to make that dog sweater into a pattern, so that I can make a brioche sweater for Harley
I
and
feel like he's
Aslan.
going to.
I feel like it too.
It
like-
sounded like he was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his post.
So that should be
Yeah.
interesting.
I think that puppy is adorable. I'm a sucker for a wrinkled puppies. I love wrinkled puppies. Yes, they're so adorable. I don't know. I want to knit a sweater for Molly, but I don't know if she'll wear it.
See, Harley, we don't generally put in a sweater because she is one to be in and out. She likes to go out and use the bathroom and then come back inside. Aslan, she loves to be outside, but Aslan's the kind of dog that wants to be under the blanket because she is cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a couple of sweaters for Aslan. We got her some sweaters when we lived in West Virginia because it definitely got cold enough there for her to be in a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And with Harley, this last year in or I guess this past February, when we had the really heavy snow, we could see Harley shivering when we took her outside. So we did get her a coat, but it's Velcro on the stomach, and it tends to pop open because it's just Velcro.
You should maybe sew a little bit extra Velcro on there to extend it.
Well, and that's why
'Cause
I'm thinking I'd like to.
She's not fat, but
No,
it's
she's
snug.
husky. Yeah.
Yeah, she's husky,
She's
y'all.
husky. But she's one of those breeds that's meant to be
Husky.
husky
Husky.
and muscular and
Yeah.
So would you have your super lovely, talented mother who's so giving, dye the yarn for that?
probably not.
Mm.
For a dog sweater, I
Mhm.
probably would just go to
I'm gonna make one for Molly.
a box store
That Ursa
and
Ursa
get,
Canis
get some,
acrylic.
probably.
Well, acrylic doesn't keep you warm. I don't think acrylic keeps you all that. I think wool
That's-
keeps you warmer, but
That's true.
you do.
But
you
I
do
don't want her
to be
to-
washable.
I want it to be washable, and I don't want them to tear it up. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
use
Maybe you
high
could sew
quality,
like a
expensive yarn.
lining, like a little fleece lining in around the body
Like,
portion.
I want to use this color because
Molly
Molly's
looks so
black.
good on, you know.
I want to use this color and do the Ursa Canis. The Ursa Canis. I'm sorry, I don't remember the designer's name, but she also has a mom sweater in that pattern. And I think that I think that that's what I'm gonna do for Molly. Is I'm gonna knit her a sweater.
Yeah.
I haven't knitted for her, so I think it might be kind of fun. And
Well,
I think she would look good in that hot pink.
I don't know how she would do in a sweater, because you tried putting that scarf on her and she just kind of froze.
So I did put a scarf, a hot pink, light pink scarf on her that my sister-in-law gave me for a dog, and it was cute. It's so adorable on her. However, she just stood there, and she wouldn't move
She's
at
like
all.
a statue.
And then I'm like, "Come on, it's okay. Come here. Come." And she's like, "There's something on me." And she would not move. She would not
wouldn't
move. I got a bone, cheese, and that dog will come for cheese no matter what. She did not come. So, yeah, she might not, but I think that it was around her neck and it was hanging down. So I'm feeling like if it were all the way down her, that
I don't know.
might make a difference. I don't know.
Were you working on a dog sweater for someone?
I kind of want to do one for my brother.
Yeah.
He has a Dogo, and she's almost all white. And I also want to do the same color sweater because I think she would be really pretty. Except I want to do fuchsia in Malabrigo for her, just because I like the color.
Did I get something on me?
You did.
Well, how
Dribbled
did I
some
do
water.
that? So, is it appropriate to say what I think this looks like?
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Okay. So, I got a
So
coffee
The
from
new iced coffee lids are.
yeah. So I'm
Is that from down the way?
No.
it's from
They had them once though.
yeah,
And we did make fun of them there.
Yeah, we
and they
did.
haven't had them again.
Oh, did you make fun of it to them?
yes,
Oh,
because that's how we wrote. So
y'all roll down there looking like this.
Oh, I think we plan to on Saturday.
So, like, it's the ones that it looks like a little urinal to me. It looks
Or
like
a
a
toilet
urinal
seat.
that I'm drinking out of.
And,
So
and your
it's-
lip is on it.
So, it's you don't have to have a straw with it.
I think they're supposed to be kind of like sippy cup lids.
Yeah.
To where you can drink it without having to have
Except
the straw.
you dribble.
Well,
I
Anna
think,
does.
You know, I'm just talented that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it like anytime I see those, I'm like, well, that's a toilet item.
Well, so when I was at the beach, I came home. I have a glitch in that I really like my own bathroom, and I like being the only person to use my own bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, she's not the only one.
And it was that way too. And so, please don't give me hate about this, but it's just my thing, and we don't need to be judgy. But when I got home, my toilet seat wasn't right. So I'm like, hey, did you use my bathroom while I was gone? No, why? My toilet seat is broken. You know, it's soft close, and it doesn't close soft anymore. And he's like, no, why? And I'm like, I don't know, it's broken, but it wasn't broken when I left. And there's only 2 people who live in this house, and one of us wasn't here. It's you.
not
So-
gonna name any names. But...
Yeah, I did say that part. I'm not naming any names, but it's you. And so I decided that I was gonna so I went online to order a new toilet seat, and I said to Scott, I'm gonna order a new toilet seat, and it's $119. And he goes, what kind of toilet seat is that? Like, it's heated. And it has a nightlight. And he's like, for $119, don't you think that's excessive? And I'm like, well, the bidet that I want is $3,000. So I thought $119 wasn't all that much but if you want me to wait and just get the bidet, I can. He's like, order the seat. So he put it on for me. And y'all, if you do not have a heated toilet seat, you need one. It's lovely. Send me a DM and I will tell you where it came from. Which one? I'll send you the link the one I bought. I love it. And here's the best part. Before you lift the lid, you press a button and it's a blue nightlight. It looks like a swimming pool at a fancy hotel. Yeah.
That's something I could get.
Y'all, I cannot tell you the luxury. But right now, it's hot as four hells again because we had some cold weather.
It wasn't cold. It was low 70s.
Yeah, cold. We had a cool front come through.
It was nice.
But it did get cold at night. It was like 43 one night.
That was nice.
And then I got up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and that seat was warm, and I loved it. Well, now it's like 83 again. It's hot. It's hot. I just want it to be one or the other, but not both in the same day.
So, you know that, like, when we were in the time where toilet paper was all sold out,
Yep.
there was, like, a push from
There was.
companies to have, like, the attachable bidet thing.
Yeah.
You could try that. It's not $3,000.
Well, my in-laws have bidets, and it is very nice to use. I love it. I do like it, but it's a lot of money. So I'm gonna be satisfied with my heated toilet seat. Yeah, but Scott's like, no, why? He watches this too. He watches this podcast, so he will be watching.
Ooh, look at how those two
watches
look
with you.
together.
He does. He watches with me, and that's so pretty.
I'd show you guys, but it would
She's
be
gonna
a
show you.
Spoiler.
She's gonna show you.
It'll be at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the first goodbye.
Yes.
The first goodbye, and then we're gonna have a second goodbye.
Yes.
Are we there?
I think we're about there.
think
I
we
don't-
are.
I don't know that we have much else to talk
I
about.
haven't even knitted today.
I think we will announce the next giveaway on the next podcast
Yep.
in November. Because we announced the winner on the last podcast, and because it'll still be October when this comes out, we'll wait until the first November podcast to announce the next giveaway.
Yep.
So I think that's it. If you are not staying for the Stephen West spoiler, thank you for joining us. We
Yes.
enjoyed having you with us today.
Yes. Like,
Um,
subscribe, thumbs up.
Yes. And we will see you next time. So, bye.
Bye.
And now, if you're still staying with
Part
us,
2. Spoiler alert.
Well,
You should
Erin,
put
you-
like a spoiler
Yeah.
alert up here.
so
Y'all, these are so beautiful.
I am not as far along as Jessa, naturally.
Well, you had a mistake, so
I did.
you wanted to go back and fix
Yes.
it.
So here is, ta-da!
And I'm in
mine.
love with your colors.
And
So-
you just started Clue 2, didn't you?
Yes, just last night. Ooh. So the I-cord loopy portions, that took me a little bit.
Yes, it takes a little while.
But I'm loving the way that this roller whatever
Roller
derby,
derby.
and the royal dating
Dating
a
a
royal
royal.
look next to each other.
Yeah, that's coming out really nice.
Mm-hmm. So that is where I'm at on mine. But I am a full week.
Full week behind and a few days.
Yeah. So, but I brought up the Clue 2 last night on my phone, and then I printed it here.
Andrea is trying to get me to do it.
You should.
She's like, you need to do it in all the shades of pink.
That would be so fun.
I
I
just
feel like
don't have time.
I saw one that I think was all shades of gray.
Yeah.
See, I've not seen one that's all shades of gray. I was backing out the row I was working on, that way I could open this up. I am almost finished with Clue 2, so I'm a few days behind as well.
So pretty.
But I am working on my short rows of section 2. And so it's coming along. You can see the orange
So
and gray striping over here.
I love the baubles.
Can you hold this side for a moment?
Sure.
That way I can pull this down.
That is so pretty.
There we go. So yeah, I'm working on the short rows on this side, and then I'll move to the short rows on this side. And then for those of you that have seen Clue 3,
So pretty.
I'm fairly certain that I am going to end up doing the brioche in Clue 3.
I like the brioche.
So I've not done brioche, and I think I'll watch his video.
Well, I'm also here to help.
Well, and Jessica learned to brioche from him.
I
Yeah.
did.
So I'm thinking if there's a time to do brioche,
Now is it.
it's now.
Yes.
So I think that I'll do, if I don't like it as I'm going, I'll just rip it
You
out.
can back it out.
Yeah.
Because he does have
And that's what
another
we're gonna
option.
and that's what we're gonna do with somebody else, is we're gonna insert a lifeline at the
Yeah.
point where you would start the brioche.
Mhm.
That
A
way,
lot
if
of
she
people have
doesn't
done that.
like it, then she can rip it back.
A lot of people have
Mhm.
done that, and I'm there's no shame in lifelines.
Yeah.
No.
In fact, use a barber cord. It's
Yeah.
easy on, easy off.
I'm just
Yes.
sitting here holding my journal, don't mind me.
To your lip. To your lip.
So I'm really loving how there's such different vibes with each one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like ours are completely different. Andrea's is completely
Ooh,
different.
hers
It
is
is.
so pretty.
I love
I love her.
Andrea's.
She added a 6th color in, and it is gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. So like mine is super beachy.
Well, and
yours
they're
is-
also individual.
Mhm.
They are.
Because people got to pick 5 random colors, more or
Mhm.
less. And so they each have their own personality, and it's really fun to watch.
I
them
love
all.
them. I will admit that I have FOMO. I am very jealous of it because I love the way it looks.
It's
And it
really-
looks like y'all are having so much fun, but I'm concerned that I'm so far behind. I'm still dyeing the advent calendar, and then I have a half skein advent calendar, and by the time I get done, it's going to be the end of November.
Which, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about the advent calendars.
I know, but by the time the end of November comes around, y'all are going to be done with yours. So then I'm doing it on my own. So the fun part is,
Well, maybe somebody
Doing it
would start
together.
another one.
like, who?
I don't know, maybe me.
Maybe you?
Maybe me.
Well, that'd be
I don't
fun.
know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do mine in pinks, blacks, and white.
That
Pink,
would
black,
look,
and white.
that would look cute.
Light pink, dark pink,
Mhm.
medium pink with a black and a white. That's what or like cast iron skillet where
Yeah.
it's not quite black.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I just almost grabbed the microphone.
Andrea sends me pictures of it. She's
I
like,
haven't.
this could be you.
This could be you. That's a
Yeah.
good one. I like that.
She's really an advocate for me doing it.
Hi,
but-
Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Well, she's really having a lot of fun with this, and it's
beautiful.
It's been a fun pattern, and it's playful, and it's textural, and it's just
And
all around.
how can you
fun.
not finish that and be proud of yourself? Because it
Mhm.
looks, when people look at that out in the public, they look at
Yeah.
that and they're like, you made that?
Yeah.
It is, I'm telling you, it's a showstopper.
Well, and then just the way he presents everything in his
It's amazing.
tutorials and videos just makes it to be like, yeah,
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, and only that, but it's okay to make a mistake and
Yeah.
leave it.
Mhm.
Go on with it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I know I made a mistake in mine, and well, I've made several, but there was one where I was just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
There was definitely one where I was like, I can't whatever that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got several different phrases that it's just like,
Say yes and don't stress.
yeah, say yes, don't stress.
amazing.
Set your pace. It's not a race or whatever.
Yeah. He's
which
good.
I'm like, oh, good, that one's for me.
He's a good coach.
This is my pace.
It's gorgeous, Anna, and so is yours.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I'm really jealous. I'm
Well,
really
you
jealous.
can do it later.
Yeah, I can. Anyway,
All right.
y'all send us pictures of yours. We would love to see.
Yes, if you're working on it, send it to us because
Yeah.
we'd love to see it. Or tag us on Instagram, email it to us,
Mhm.
wherever. We would
Yeah,
love to
get
see
us.
it.
Get it to us. We want to see
Yes.
what you're doing.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
We really enjoyed spending time
Yes,
with
we
you.
did.
If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe.
Thumbs up.
If you click on the little bell, it will send you notifications of when we put new videos up like this or like the Wool on Wednesday.
Yep.
And so you know immediately when it goes up. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Well,
So,
Thank you for joining us. We
Yeah.
will see y'all next time.
bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hi, y'all. I'm Lorri.